Like the video and subscribe if you love Roblox. Hey yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Illusions Ghost. Welcome back to another video, guys. And inside this video, we're actually back inside of a build a boat for treasure Roblox once again, guys. So anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and of course the notification that way you do not miss a single upload of channel, single update inside of build a treasure. And inside of this video, what we're actually going to be going over is how to get like 500,000 blocks inside of build a boat for treasure. So make sure you guys all stay tuned throughout this video because I know you guys also want many blocks. And when I say like 100,000 blocks, or you know, however many I said, I mean like total. Okay, so like, you know, you may get like 100,000 of, you know, these bad boys or something, and yada yada yada. And honestly, 500,000 may be a little bit of an exaggeration. It may be closer to like 200,000, 300,000, guys. Probably like 300,000. We now got somebody new up with the fan. Well, their name is Commander Toad. Congratulations, Commander Toad, for actually getting their name up on the fan wall. If you guys actually do want your name to get up on the fan wall, all you guys need to do is hit that like button, subscribe, and then of course leave a comment down below. So I have actually made this video kind of like before, alright, except, you know, the ways how to keep doing this keep changing, alright, with updates to the game, guys. So I have to constantly keep changing, you know, the videos. I have to keep making more to keep up. So the very first time I actually did this, I got 10,000 blocks, alright, not, you know, 100,000 blocks, alright, like how everything else is saying. But basically it's because I didn't have, you know, this much gold. All right, I wasn't this rich before. I probably had like maybe 60,000 gold or something like that, so I was able to buy about, you know, 15,000 blocks or something like that. So back then, basically, you weren't allowed to buy, you know, multiple chests at one time. So you weren't allowed to change this number. You weren't allowed to put in whatever, you know, letter numbers that you wanted inside of here and stuff. You could only buy one at a time. And then after you bought one, you had to watch this animation actually go over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So if you had 100,000 gold like how I do right now, back then, guys, you would have to keep on clicking this over and over and over again until you finally spent all your gold. All right, and that seems like it would take a long time because it would have, and it did. But anyway, this is how I did it in the past. What they actually do right now is they're placing down a bunch of doors, all right, and when you place a bunch of doors inside of each other, what actually ends up happening is the game starts to lag and nothing really happens. So right now you can't hear it, but I'm clicking as fast as I can on this buy button right here. All right, so obviously nothing's happening and none of the chests are actually being purchased or anything until the doors actually despawn. So as you guys can see, everything is completely lagging because it is lagged out the entire game, really. All right, and then there we go. I spent 6,800 gold, all right, and I got a few hundred blocks, all right, maybe like 1,000 or something in total, maybe 2,000, close to 2,000 or something, but we only spent like 6,000 to 8,000 gold right there. So of course, me still having 53,000 gold, I was like, I need to try this again. So that's exactly what we do. All right, with 53,000 gold, I try this and I start spamming this for, you know, about 2 minutes or so. So finally I stop. As you can see, the game is really laggy. The stages don't even load, blah blah blah. Nothing's even happening, guys. All right, he is literally floating inside of the air. I don't know what's going on with them. So we just have to simply wait until this stuff actually goes away and the server can actually catch up and actually give me all of my items, guys. So there we go. We got 5,000 blocks right there. We spent 48,000 gold. We got 1,000 of those blocks, 600 of those, all right, and so on and so forth. This thing goes on forever, actually showing us all of the different items. All right, it's not like the new animations where it just shows them all up on the screen at once. All right, you have to sit here and wait for all of the items to actually be shown. We got 119 thrusters though, which was absolutely insane. 4,000 of those steel blocks as well. So about a year later, I tried this thing again, maybe even longer than a year, I don't know. Okay, so basically I now have 226,000 gold, and I decide, I'm gonna just spend this all on these chests. All right, see what we can actually get from this. As you can see, 100 chests cost 40,500 500 gold. So we're probably going to have to spend about, you know, we're probably gonna have to buy about 500 chests or so. So the most gold that I can actually, or most chests I can actually buy is 558 of those legendary chests. All right. However, I could also buy, like, you know, I don't know, 45,206 common chests with the amount of gold that I have. Yes, I could buy 45,000 of those. But anyway, this is the point you guys have all been waiting for. In the background, you can see all of the items that I actually have scaled up, so you guys can just see the absolute scale of the thing, no pun intended. All right, so anyway, we gotta purchase this thing, and 22,000 brick blocks, 22,000 of this obsidian blocks, and 22,000 steel blocks, along with 1,000 signs. Why would I ever need that? 1,000 lanterns, okay, 1,000 metal doors, 1,000 thrones. All right, why would I need any of this stuff? All right, I guess the butter blocks are cool. 290 of these thrusters, guys, 290 of the hinge blocks. All right, yeah, and the list just keeps going. All right, it just goes on and on. Okay, we got more and more items. Literally nothing is stopping, bro. We just got like an unlimited amount of items. This is absolutely insane. All right, we got 8 of the legendary chests, guys. All right, and we are left with a total of 40 gold. For this one, guys, all right, we have just over the amount of gold that we have inside of the last time that we actually did this. All right, in the other one we had 226,000 or so gold. All right, now we have 234,000 gold. So doing all the math, we have figured out that we can buy 580 of these legendary chests. However, with the amount of gold that we actually have, we could buy about 46,987, about 47,000 common chests, guys. So anyway, we need to go and purchase this, all 580 of these legendary chests, guys. All right, and this actually, there goes 234,000. We got 23,000, 23,000, 23,000. All right, these numbers are going way too fast. I can't even say them, bro. Okay, so anyway, we got oh my, that's so many. That's so much. And also 4 legendary chests. All right, which I was expecting actually more legendary chests from this. All right, because, you know, it's a 1% chance. So if you buy 100 of them, you're supposed to get at least 1 of them. Okay, and we bought almost 600, so I was expecting, you know, 5 or even 6 of them. Okay, but you know, that's, you know, it's whatever. I already got 6 from the last one, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. All right, but anyway, we have spent all of the gold, left with 35 gold to my name. All right, we're Mr. Broke Boy in here now. And I know what you guys are asking, Illusion's Ghost, how did you get so much gold so many times? All right, you literally just play this game non-stop, and kinda, yeah, but also it is mainly AFK glitches. All right, so I don't spend most of my time actually, you know, physically going to the end and grinding gold. All right, though, you know, that is a very fair strategy. I just like, you know, AFK glitches where, you know, I don't have to actually do anything. Okay, so, you know, there are a couple cheap AFK glitches, even some on this channel that you guys could all check out. There's also some very expensive ones, all right, that are also on this channel that you guys can check out. The expensive ones give you a faster return. They give you more, but you have to put in a lot more work into actually building them. Okay, but you know, the cheap ones, you know, you could build it in like 5 minutes or something. But anyway, guys, that's going to have to conclude this video. If you guys all did enjoy, make sure you guys all consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and of course turning on those notifications. I hope to see you guys on the next video. Love you guys all. Peace out, and of course, goodbye.